nebaza baganda bange abava okwogera mwenna mwogedde ku kisa kya Katonda. Tujja kwongera okyogerako ne muno kubanga ekisa kya Katonda tekisobola kimalayo. So we are now going to talk about a call to holiness in ordinary life. We are looking at the different examples abatuukirivu ne ba blessed examples ennungi kubanga Mukama bano abatuukirivu abatuwa okutuwa example in different ways. Kyobulanga abatuukirivu bava mu different angles of life. We are especially going to talk about saints and blessed abali mu bulamu bwaffe obw'ennaku zino n'abalala ab'emyaka emitototo and different examples, right? We have examples. So in this very way we know one of our patron saints, Saint Jose Maria Escrivá, atugamba nti no, we should sanctify our daily work and sanctify ourselves through our daily work. Because we cannot meet God. If we cannot meet God in our daily life, in our daily activities, I think we all know that. So these saints are presenting an example in ordinary life. That's why mainly we have chosen people. They are just normal people, and I'm sure you're going to hear one of the famous people like Carlo Acutis that we've been knowing about of recent. So not all of us can be rich, wise, famous, yet all of us are called to be saints. Zino zonna ngombo za Saint Jose Maria Escrivá. Era yatandikawo ekibiina kya Opus Dei ekituyigiriza okukola mu bulamu bwaffe kubufuula obulamu bwa Katonda mu mirimu gyaffe gye tukola buli lunaku. We are especially going to talk about these saints and their lives. Tulabe engeri gye baabeeramu mu bulamu bwabwe. Ebimu ku bintu ebyabaleetera okufuuka kiki ddala ekyenjawulo ekyabaleetera okuba bwe bati. So Teresa omwana Yesu, we are going to reach that part. Ayogera nti our Lord does not look so much at the greatness of our actions or even at the difficulty as at the love with which we do them. Kigenda kwongera tusindika ku kwagala, because love covers a lot. Maria Sima waba ayogera ku purgatory, waliwo interview gye baamubuuza ng'abuuza kiki ekisinga okusindika emyoyo mu purgatory. N'ayogera that mainly there are sins against charity, right? So n'ayogera n'omugamba waliwo ngeri gya kisummarizing interview ng'amubuuza n'amugamba love covers all. That is why ojja kwewunya nnyo otuuka mu ggulu batuwa example z'abantu banjawulo. Mbalina kwogera ku mukyala eyafa n'omwami yali agendanga mu misa every day. We don't know how perhaps they live their lives in terms of love or charity, but love covers all. Omuntu dadi asiba atugamba have different, what are your tricks to heaven, what are the unique the easy short ways, right, of what rules. So tugenda kwongera okubogerako mbadde ntandika ne buno buko Teresa omwana Yesu n'ayongera tugamba God would never inspire me with desires which cannot be realized. So in spite of my littleness, I can hope to be a saint. Waba akutaddewo ku nsi ng'ate akusuubira atugamba nti all of us are expected in heaven. Nga Carlo Acutis atugamba nti let's look at the infinite and not the finite. All of us are created and we are expected back in heaven. Wadde oli mu bulamu bwa bulijjo, how are you going to make your life work for God? One of the things byengenda okwogerako byenkozesa wano is the Medjugorje message. However, I don't want us to base so much on this following the Catholic Church, because buli kimu church erina okusooka okukyaprovinga. I hope I'm right. But the church has not yet approved the Medjugorje messages. However, I'll use the terms of law alleged. Nayenga, you get the Medjugorje message. That was on 10th, 25th, 2015. The Blessed Virgin Mary told the children, "Dear children, also today my prayer is for all of you, especially for all those who have become hard of heart to my call. You are living in the days of grace and are not conscious of the gifts which God is giving to you through my praises. Little children, decide also today for holiness and take the examples of the saints of this time, and you will see that holiness is a reality for all of you." Here I'm specifically picking out the part, holiness is for all of you, and you're living in a time of grace, of my presence. Waliwo dadi kyatugamba ennyo, one of the short ways to heaven. Batuukirivu bangi balina butwiki bwabwe. Carlo Acutis had his. I hope you remember his too. He talked about the Eucharist is my highway to heaven. He talked of two things. Nayogera the Blessed Virgin Mary. Mubijjukira ebyo ebibiri. He talked of those two. Similarly, that was Pierre Giorgio Frassati's life. I hope we know about Pierre Frassati. We shall know about him more on the platform. So how these people live their lives. We can have different tricks, by the way, on how to get to heaven. Because in whatever we do, we have our main goal. Our main goal is to reach our heavenly homeland. But I want us to reach there in form of, I don't want us to look at heaven as getting to heaven in terms of fear of sinning. Let me not sin and go to heaven. I want us to get to heaven in terms of love for God. Be like, my God, I want to get where you are. That every act we do every day is not as a result of fear of sinning. Yes, that could be there, but as a result of love for God. So how they made it in life. There are a few points we are going to look at. One of the major points is their special devotion and love for Jesus in the Holy Sacrament of the Eucharist and His real presence in the tabernacle. This is a very big point that I don't know. I just want to check those things today, but we are going to try to talk about the little we can. Carlo Aquinas in his life made a motto. You can have your life plan. You can have your life plan. He made his life plan, and his major thing, he said, always be close to Jesus. That is my life plan. That is why in whatever he did, there is something that the church gambanga. Whatever you're going to do, ask yourself, did Jesus do this? Sometimes we wanted to get the catechism. Remember that part? Wanted to get that catechism for paying, and we had our ways of getting. We thought we had our ways of getting it. Now to ask yourself, did Jesus do this? If it is the wrong thing, let me leave that. So Jesus in the sacrament of the Eucharist and in the tabernacle. One of batugamba, but for example, when you go to meet Jesus in the sacrament of the Eucharist, you're going to meet your friend. The major problem we've been discussing with my brothers here, that many of us tuchitegedde Yesu ali mu tabernacle, ali mu sacrament ya Eucharistia. Ne tuchimanyidde, it's just familiarity. We got to receive him and say, sacrament, body of Christ, I just say amen. But deep down in my heart, it is just we genuflect, we forget. Nayenga ali muli, he is really present. Okukiriza kwaffe kwe kutulemesa kukka. So examples, Carlo Aquinas yagendanga even after mass, he dedicated his life. Now let me first talk about the differences. Carlo Aquinas dedicated his whole life to daily mass, right from his first Holy Communion. It is not written anywhere that he missed any of the masses on a daily occasion. Katika nsokempene examples indala. Even Pier Giorgio Frassati. It is no wonder to me that his life is more like Carlo's life. Even him is incorrupt, his body. Right from 1925, he died in 1925. Pakakati, he's very incorrupt. Their lives are very similar in this way. They dedicated their life to Jesus in the Holy Sacrament. Pier Frassati, even when he went to his daily mountain climbing, mwana wa bulijjo agenda na climbing agondi ensozi yalinya ensozi so bwe yakomanga ne obabudde bwa regular n'agenda mu church okusinza Yesu mu sacrament eryagundi mu tabernacle n'agenda naye long hours bayogerangako nti he used to keep there for long hours talking to God mu ngeri ye your different things. We don't know what you talk about. You can sagala baga mama, you can complain, but you talk to him as a friend, and with a friend you can complain, right? That's why I was also getting concerned when neighbors complain. Nenda bagundi quote emu ya Carlo Aquinas nagamba kino, I entrust everything to Jesus in the sacrament. I entrust everything to my friend. I think I try to manyi nti abeera Yesu mu sacrament erya Eucharistia mu kaseera adoration. Nagamba with him I can complain, I can ask him questions, I don't know different things. Genda kwogera ne kumulala eyali mu bulamu bwa bulijjo towards devotion to the Holy Eucharist and Yesu mu sacrament yegundi omutuukirivu Aloysius Gonzaga. He was a young man. His parents expected him to be, his father expected him to join the army. Ng'alowooza amulala agenda kujoininga amagye. Era ne banne bangi nga bagamba buli lwe bamusanga agenda nga he had very many friends by the way in the army ng'abantu kangambe be wasoma nabo bali mugundi already bo bali magye Your father expects you there. They expect you. 5 minutes left. Your father expects you there. But for him, he preferred to spend his time before Jesus in the sacrament, before Jesus in adoration. He would kneel for his hours there and he would be praying. He preferred to spend most of his time praying. So let me quote something from the diary of Sister Faustina, paragraph 367. My heart overflows, this is Jesus telling Sister Faustina, my heart overflows with great mercy for souls, and especially for poor sinners. If only they could understand that I am the best of fathers to them, and that is for them that the blood and water overflowed from my heart, as from a fount overflowing with mercy. For them I dwell in the tabernacle as a king of mercy. I desire to bestow my graces upon souls, but they do not want to accept it. In this way you will console my heart. Oh, how indifferent are souls to so much goodness, to so many proofs of love. My heart drinks only of the ingratitude and forgetfulness of souls living in the world. They have time for everything, but they have no time to come to me for graces. I think this one is going to choke it out due to the interest of time. Now I think it brings it out. That's why we cannot wonder about how they've done it. Also, the parents of Teresa of the Child Jesus, they devoted their life to daily mass at 5:30 in the morning every single day. I think you know about them being canonized recently. The first couple to be canonized. So another paragraph from Sister Faustina's diary, paragraph 861. In one of Sister Faustina's general resolutions, like in Garden of God, to in a plan of life, I think, right? Where no keberako every now and then. She called it, but it was in one of her general resolutions, in her examination of conscience. She said, in sufferings and torments, to take refuge in the tabernacle and to be silent. Actually, Sister Faustina constantly, in so many times, yaddukiranga eri Yesu mu sacrament eryagundi in the tabernacle, yayita mulaba ngoba kwogera naye in confusion, nagenda n'ayogera naye. I think we even know that part where yali amugamba nti nga yagala okuwulira ku ki Sister Faustina kyabadde ayita mu lunaku, n'amugamba but omanyi kye ngenda okugamba, right? But we are still so we are still continuing with Jesus' true presence in the Holy Eucharist, and how we can learn from these saints abatukirivu bano engeri gye bagaddemu Yesu, era naye n'atabaswaza n'abajjayo mu sacrament n'abajjayo olwa devotion yaabwe okumwagala mu sacrament ya Eucharistia, okumukyalira mu tabernacle, bamufuula mukwano gwabwe mu ngeri y'enjawulo eyo. So era mu diary ya Sister Faustina ku kijja ekirala, paragraph 1485, the goodness of God, nga Yesu ayogera, the mercy of God hidden in the blessed sacrament, the voice of the Lord who speaks to us from the throne of mercy. Tabernacle eyo agita throne of mercy, yennyini yakyogera nti for them I have established a throne of mercy on earth for them. Abeerawo nga atulinze nga bwe yatwalayo nga atugamba we have time for everything except for him. So ekirala, we can talk about the charity that these saints exhibited. Here Giorgio Frassati, every time after visiting the Holy Sacrament kumachanga afunye Eucharistia, yagendanga n'akyalira abali mu bwetaavu. Ye yagamba nti Jesus visits me every single day in the Blessed Sacrament and I repay him by visiting the needy. Nga ye waati yagamba amusasula mu ngeri ye, twalaba ne Carlo Acutis in his charity ngeri gye yabikolangamu, n'atuuka okuwa abantu blanketi, emmere, nga ne bazadde be tebamanyi. Another one we can look at is Chiara Luz Badana, ye omuwala era mu Italy, Blessed Carrington. Her extreme charity yeewuunyisa nti ne we yatuuka okulwala kansa nga bazadde be batidde, ye yatuuka okuvanga ku kitanda okutambula okukonsolinga abalwadde abalina endwadde eza bulijjo. Imagine you're consoling a person of malaria. Don't worry, naye gwe olina cancer bagambye you're not left with so many days. She gave out one of her watches. Yatuuka ekiseera nga talina byakuwa n'agamba kaweeyo essaawa ye ey'ebbeeyi, and the parents complained so much. Naye nga ye she did everything for love of God. She had a phrase, for you Jesus, if you love it, Yesu aba akyagala oba yekimunyigiriza, she doesn't care, she would give in namwa. She's currently blessed. Wanisa okogera mu gundi how they live their lives, and we've not completed for today. However, in a unique way we can look at Jesus in the sacrament of the Eucharist. We visit him, let's console him, let's get to know his real presence. Twongere okumanya Yesu ali awo. Let's not just know it for familiarity, and let it be part of us. In a special way, let's close this with the Immaculate Heart of Mary being the man. Immaculate Heart of Mary, pray for us.